A modern day parable for this race we are running, this life we are living. Maybe it's a car on a highway. The Holy Spirit is your navigation, your GPS. God is in front of you, exhorting you, empowering you through His Spirit. And everywhere else on this road is other cars. On the side of the road, strange things are happening. Behind you is someone driving very mysteriously. And on the steering wheel, it's still your hands. You have the choice, the free will to choose where this car, where your life is going. You have the autonomy to choose who influences you, who's guiding your hands. A lot of times we don't realize it, but we choose it by what we focus on. Because where your focus lies, that is the destination you're going to reach. Your focus determines your destiny. Okay? And first of all, the Bible talks about it's your will, and it talks about where your focus lies. So in John 7:17, it says, if anyone's will is to do God's will, if anyone's will is to do God's will. It obviously goes on and on and on and on and on, but the point of the story is this, that it's still your choice to do God's will or not. Okay? Because it says, if it's anyone's will to do God's will, but also it says, he will know whether the teaching is from God or whether I'm speaking my own authority. So even though they are speaking of speaking, this applies to all areas of life. The moment you do something out of your own will, of your own wisdom, it's going to show to people who know God. The moment you choose not to follow what God says, not to be guided where He wants you, the other cars in this road is going to start seeing, but this car is driving in a very purposelessly way. It's just swerving. Okay? And then Mark 8:3 says, deny yourself, take up the cross, and follow Christ. Deny yourself is a very, very hard thing to do for a lot of people, because that's what they see as free will. I am free to do what I want to do, what I need to do. I know better, but you do not, because we have a very finite, we have a very limited view, a limited perspective. Why would you not want to be influenced by someone who literally has infinite wisdom, who is limitless and unbound by reality? But it's hard, because the flesh is willing to do everything except God's will. And it's hard, because your flesh is also going to deny you, deny yourself. Why would that be easy? It needs to be intentional. But let's go further on focus. So I heard someone once says that if you want your child to stop sitting on the couch and eat, you cannot tell them don't sit on the couch and eat. Because now they're thinking about couch and eat, couch and eat. Literally the one thing you don't want them to do is the only thing they're thinking about now. You need to reframe the question to take out the bad focus area, the bad influence, the bad part of this story. You need to reframe it in a way that it just eliminates it. It only drags the focus to one place where you want it to be. So you need to say, come sit at the table and eat. It eliminates the couch and the desire. And that is what you want. We cannot focus on the negatives. We cannot focus on the addiction, on the lust, on the chains. We need to focus on the chain breaker, on the solution. Because just like Paul walked on water, no, was an apple. Just like Peter walked on water and lost focus of Jesus, he started to sink. Just like if you drive on the road and you lose focus, sometimes you hit a puddle and you get a flat tire. Peter did not drown, and the car did not explode. But when Peter started to sink, Jesus' hand was there immediately, instantly. But Peter had the choice to grab on. And here's the thing, he couldn't just grab a hold of Jesus' hand, pull out and leave, because I don't think the boat was next to them. Peter had to hold on, get pulled up, and keep on holding on to Jesus. When you hit a puddle, sometimes it's just something that the enemy uses for evil, but God turns for your good. Because you need to reset, you need to refocus. Why? Because you are on this earth for a purpose, a specific purpose. Jesus didn't sit in the temple and tell the disciples, if the people want to know me, they can come to church. No, he went into the tax collector's house. He met them where they were. If we are striving to be Christ-like, isn't that exactly what we need to do? And we are in a car to be able to go, to be able to travel, to be able to meet people where they are. So here's an off-ramp that you need to take, because someone there needs to hear the good news. He needs a seed planted in his heart. He just needs some kind of love and kindness. The gentleness of a father, of the one father, okay? But this off-ramp you need to take is in the most left lane. You are in the most right lane. And all around you it's traffic. There are like 4 trucks next to you. There is the slowest guy in front of you. And you physically don't know how you are gonna get to that off-ramp. Because it's in like 1 kilometer, 1 mile, whatever. It's close. It's closing in. You lost focus for a while and you didn't realize, okay, but I'm gonna need to take the left off-ramp. I need to start moving. And here you hit a puddle. You come to the side of the road. Why? That puddle may be there to eliminate you, but God uses it for your focus, to readjust, to get back to Him. But the problem is, a lot of people get to the side of the road and they become bitter. They're like, look at all the people that come and pass me. Look at all the people that are already in front. Look at this guy's car. Instead of refocusing on Jesus, they start to become bitter, envious. Look where I would have been if I did not hit that puddle. The reason we need to refocus is because you need to get there. Someone needs you to be there, to be on that off-ramp. And if you start focusing on the trucks and the cars, you're not going to get there. You need to focus on God. Why? Because it says in 2 Corinthians 4:18, look not to the seen but the unseen. Seen is transient, but the unseen is eternal. Also, set your mind on things above. Why? Because our limited view isn't going to get us a pathway to the off-ramp. No. It's not. We are limited by realistic thoughts and logic. God isn't bound by that. He will make a way. He's the one who literally made a way through the ocean and rivers in the desert, who made water come out of a rock. Set your mind on things above. Don't focus on the addiction, the lust, the waves, the puddles. Focus on God, the chain breaker, the way maker, the miracle worker. But in this world that is quite dark, that condemns us, let's reflect God's love, His kindness, His gentleness, and live this life with compassion, love, and intention.